All right. Hi, YouTube. It's the one Thomasina. I'm back. I have a technique for you that I'd like you to try, get started with. This is like a pre technique to get started. It's more like an undoing of as opposed to a doing of. And so this technique is normally with a client and a psychotherapist, but there's another aspect to it where you just do it yourself. And so it's called the mirror technique. Some of you might know what that is, where the psychotherapist will mimic the tone, the posture, facial expressions, body language of the client. Somehow, this is supposed to connect the two of them and help the client feel understood by the psychotherapist. I don't know. I don't like that aspect of it. But this part of it I do like. And so there's a young lady who kind of grew up in the streets. Her mom was off gone. She ended up in jail. Her father wasn't there. And she has a whole history of just toxic relationships and behavior and what have you. And once she became a young adult, probably around the age of 19, she has two children and she's in this relationship and she hits her rock bottom. Her rock bottom finally has a hole in it where she's can't take it no more, and she realizes that this is not who she is supposed to be. This is not what she's supposed to be doing. Her house is was a wreck, her life was a wreck, her mind, everything was a wreck. And so what ended up happening is somehow she ended up in a mirror and she looked in the mirror. So those of you who know, it is said that the eyes are the window to the soul, right? So what she did, she stood in the mirror and she just stared at herself. And she just said words, not necessarily positive and encouraging, but she said words pretty much positive, but in the negative. She just said, this is not you. This is not who you are. This is what she's saying to herself while she's staring. And those words were so voice activating and they were so powerful that she began to cry. And so that crying is actually the healing process. That was the beginning of her journey of designing her new self. And to go on here today, she is beautiful with her family. She is an entrepreneur. She is in the millions, baby. She's working and she's getting paid. And then there's a gentleman who I know personally. He had a similar effect. And the thing about it is these people don't know what they were doing, but this is a proven technique that works. He too was taking a shower. And once he got out of the shower, he was standing in front of the mirror and he heard music. He heard Michael Jackson singing The Man in the Mirror. And it brought tears to his eyes and he began to cry. And he thought about all those relationships of the people who he had disappointed, who he had hurt. The main person who he disappointed was himself. It was himself. He had also had a life of drugs and on the street and robbing and stealing and hurting himself, using stealing to support his habit. And so when he heard that song, when he heard those words, it ignited something in him and he too began to cry. And he was standing in front of the mirror and he just stared at himself. And this was also the beginning of his journey. He's been clean and sober for over 20 years. I should say he's been clean for over 20 plus years. He's had steady, good employment over 20 plus years. He's almost ready to retire. He's reestablished his relationship with his kids, his family, and loved ones, and they love him because he is actually a great individual, and they honor him and they respect him because he did it. You know what I'm saying? Just that one day, that one moment, hearing those words while staring in the mirror, looking in his own eyes deep down inside. And then there's another young lady, or I should say a bunch of young ladies. This is also a technique we used to use in the alcohol and substance abuse rehabilitation center with the youth. With the women, I worked mainly with the women and the young girls. And we would give the young girls a handheld mirror while in the group. And while we were running the group, we would actually process the things that they were going through in their lifestyles. A lot of the young ladies had been through rape. A lot of them were either homeless or out in the street. And this was the beginning of their healing process. And some of the young ladies today, I am aware that they are doing well. They now have their own families, they have their jobs, they are productive members of society, and they are doing good. So this technique actually helps if you work it. And so I'm asking you to try it and comment down in the comments and let me know how you do with it. How does it make you feel? Does it do you feel started, like you're ready to start something new? Now, I do want to reiterate, because the 3 examples that I gave you are all people that had issues with drugs and alcohol and sex and all these other things. However, it's for anybody. You can already be a millionaire with great relationships, but you just want to enhance more. You got a call on your life, you know that God is good, and you can feel that there's more, and there's that pull, and you don't have an easy feeling. You have that feeling like there's more, I need more, I want to be more. And you can still do that technique. You don't have to have had a rough life, so to speak. And so I am urging you and encouraging you to try it. Come back, let me know what you think, how you feel, and what's your results, and are you ready for the next step? Also, while I have you on here, I just want to mention something is going on with YouTube and even TikTok, and some of you might not know that on Facebook is monetizing, because my channel is monetized. My page on Facebook, I'm not getting paid yet, but it's set up to be monetized, let's just say. So I am aware. I'm still trying to work on this camera thing, but I am aware that you can get paid with Facebook. So if you have a skill set, something that you can help people with, even here, even within this community, if you got some positive feedback to get, and only positive feedback, because that's what this channel is. This channel is about talking positively to create your next level self, or your next version, the best version of yourself, right? To design yourself, right? So this channel is about positivity. So if you have something positive to add to this community, please bring it. But I just want to encourage you guys to get out there. Start walking in your call, because I know some of you that are listening and watching right now, because I know that feeling. I know that feeling. If you saw my first video, you would have seen me say, back in 2019, I did a 30-day mental fast challenge in October of 2019, and it was actually amazing. I love that fast with other people. And I ended up coaching and all this stuff. But since then, I had gotten sick and some other things had happened. And when I got sick, I kind of stopped and I fell back. And so I said, well, let me get back to it again. But when I said, let me get back to it again, I did have some issues that I need to deal with, right? So I had some inner work that I needed to do. And I did. I felt like the imposter syndrome. I felt nervous, like starting back up again. And I don't know why. But I had to do, actually I don't know why, but I had to do the work, and I had to dig deep, and I had to get past it so I could just go ahead and step out in faith and do it. Sometimes you just got to do it afraid just so you can see. But whatever it is you have to offer, it's not fair for you to keep it to yourself. Offer it, give it. Who think about who is assigned to you. Who are the people that are assigned to you? Because those people are stuck until you step out. And that's how I had to think about it. It's a little selfish to have so much packed inside of me and to not share it and to not give it. And here's a tool and a vehicle where I don't have to keep doing one person by one, but I can reach many this way, all at one time. Please share, comment, like, share the video with other people, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks. Bye.